Yes, another day, another stream. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Think Premier League. Let me just get someone to the call, and we can start discussing about the top four. So, everyone on the stream, say hello. So, yes, so we're here with my friend Christian Olapa. We obviously know him from the recent videos, and yes, we hope that you enjoy our video today. Let's get into it. What are your thoughts on the top four?
Personally, I think that Chelsea, with the transfer business they've done, will still be in the top four.
Yes.
Man City and Liverpool continue to be Man City and Liverpool. And I think the fourth spot will go between, I know this might be a bit controversial, but between Spurs and Manchester United. That's my assumption.
Why do you think Spurs will get into the top four? I don't think
Well, I
they're
think
anywhere near the top four.
No, but last season they were hampered by injuries a lot. And if you look at the season before, when Harry Kane, Son, and Moura and those boys played,
Yes.
they were actually quite good. And I think with them all coming back to full fitness, Spurs will be very different to the way they were last season. And I think they will come back to the top four status.
Oh, just give me a second. Could you please talk to the stream?
Guys, so yes, as you all know, Mark is a United fan, so please at least talk some trash about United. Yes, you can also talk trash about other teams, but let's also talk about United's new plan. Like, what is that? Like, what the hell? Are you coming from Madagascar? Like, it's horrible. Like, to any United fan that buys that kit, I swear, I will laugh at you every time I see you wear it. But yeah, I think Liverpool might not win the league this season because watching the Arsenal game, it looked like they were tired, kind of ran out of ideas, and yeah, that's how I felt they were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Liverpool winning the previous season. What are your thoughts? Do you think they'll be strong enough? Do you think they'll be ready for the league? Or do you think they'll have a dip in form and they just mentally go down?
It's really hard to go back to back, like it really is. If you look at the teams that did it, United back in from 06 to 08, Chelsea and City, those teams had the momentum and dominance to actually make it.
That's true, but what do you think of Manchester United obviously getting a treble? Do you think that will be possible again, or
I don't think Liverpool. I think Liverpool might win. The smaller cups like the EFL Cup and all that. But Premier League wise, I think unless they get a creative midfielder like Thiago, I just don't think Liverpool will dominate as much as they did this season. Because
True.
Teams like Manchester United now have the likes of Donny van de Beek and Bruno in their attacking arsenal of midfielders. Man City, obviously, Kevin De Bruyne, Ferran Torres, and the likes of Sterling, so on and so forth, Bernardo Silva. Yeah, like many more teams now have better attacking midfielders than they do. Yes, they're still a very good team, but I just think they need to get goals from midfield if they want to stay on top.
Yeah, true. We have an Arsenal fan in the chat saying Gunners take it. I don't think Arsenal are near the top four.
Yeah, I think we can both agree on that. Arsenal.
They've had a good transfer window signing Gabriel. So far, they're looking at Thomas Partey. Last stream yesterday, I was just being spammed by an Arsenal fan saying Thomas Partey, each and every second. Do you think they'll get him, and do you think he will push them to the top four?
If they get him, it wouldn't really make sense because you have Danny Ceballos and Granit Xhaka, two deep-lying playmakers. I think maybe we'll help them, yes, but he will also get that Arsenal coach of, okay, I play good in big games, but in, the smaller games, my defenders are gonna mess up and all that stuff. Yeah, that's just how I
That's
and I don't think they'll get him because nobody really wants to buy Guendouzi and the other players that they want to offload. Nobody really wants to buy them because Guendouzi's attitude after the Brighton game was completely horrendous, and generally he's just not as good as we hoped.
yeah, quite interesting. And obviously, yesterday we talked about Chelsea winning the league. Do you think they can push for the title, or do you think that it's too many signings and they can't really go anywhere with that amount of signings?
Well, I mean, for them to really become Chelsea, this is kind of how it started, making quite a lot of signings. But I don't think they will win the league this season. The only way they do is if they manage to get chemistry, and if Kante plays about 32 games, 33, because with all that attacking talent, they're gonna need N'Golo Kante to, be their backup, because some of these players are actually not that good at marking. Kai Havertz, the likes of Hakim Ziyech, those are all attacking players. And I think for Chelsea to win the league, they will need Kante to be at his best. As I watched in the last France game, I think he is.
Interesting. And Arsenal fan is back and he's saying squad depth. Party will obviously be squad depth, but uh, I don't know how to say this, but they have too many players in the same position, and I don't think that's what they need to strengthen. They need to start looking at that center back who that sweeper like a Maguire or a Van Dijk will just handle everything. Uh, Not that pacey, someone like Skriniar. What do you think?
Yeah, I think obviously yes, the signing of Gabriel, and obviously I think they got William Saliba, if I remember, will help them in terms of making the squad younger and good in a way. But I just think Arsenal's defensive, I don't know the defensive coach what they teach them, but most good defenders that have gone to Arsenal in recent years haven't really performed the way they used to or the way they were expected to. Yes, Arsenal can have some high hopes, maybe beating the big clubs, but I think the main problem will be against small opposition like Leeds, Sheffield, Wolves, West Ham, those kind of teams.
Yeah, true. And what are your thoughts on Manchester United? Of course, my club. I think if they get one or two signings, they could start pushing for that title, like Jadon Sancho, Sergio
For sure.
Reguilon, or Benoit Badiashile. What do you think?
I don't know which player would want to play for a team with that kind of third kit, but okay.
What do you mean that kind of that kit? The kit is pretty good. I like it.
I don't know. You're making them look like zoo animals. But anyway, we're not talking about the
Yeah,
kit.
we're about to go rampant on the league. You know what I'm saying?
Zebras are usually the prey, so you're pretty much gonna get slapped by quite a few teams.
Yeah, but you know what happens when a lion attacks a zebra? It just
Yeah.
the zebra can kick the lion in the head and like damage it forever.
Okay. Yeah. So what I think about United, I think I personally thought they don't really need to make a lot of new signings. Like they should have been linked with all the people that they were linked with. I just think their problem was generally staying in form. Because at some point you'd see United go 10-game win streak, and then you'd be like, okay, how much more? And then they kind of slow down. So I think fitness was United's main problem. And I also think that right wing spot, maybe Sancho would have definitely helped, and that left back spot. Because, yes, Shaw is back to his best, but he's injury prone. And Brandon Williams is not really good at marking. He gets dribbled past 1.1 dribbles per game. That's how much he gets passed by. But his tackles and interceptions are on 3.4, which are quite good. But I just think maybe if they get a new left back and a right winger, then maybe they have a shot to say, okay, yeah, we can win the league because we have the consistency. and we have a generally good team. That's what I think.
True, interesting. Obviously, Manchester United went on an unbeaten run at the end of the season. They played some good football, one of the best teams at the time in the world, arguably. And do you think that it can carry on into the next season, or will it just stop and then they have a mental breakdown and then like they start going to Arsenal levels like seventh, eighth, ninth, and tenth? What do you think will happen?
Okay, I don't think United are like Arsenal. What I think United's main problem is like they don't have the players that they had back then that could you know play a good amount of games and stay in form. Like nowadays, the players can go. What was their last run? Like 12 games unbeaten. Or was it 12?
In the league or in all competitions?
Just in all no, in the league, in the league.
It's more than that. It's more than that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
13 to 15.
Basically, all I'm trying to say, yeah, 13, 15. It was a question of how long can they go, because back then United teams could go 32 games, without really losing points. Whereas now, after like a couple of games, you see them drawing to Southampton. You see them almost dropping points against Crystal Palace if Crystal Palace were clinical. And yeah, I just think they need to get fitness right if they want to win the league.
The Arsenal fan says Sa and Chilwell are good. When we were talking about someone who can get the ball off players and mark, he named Chilwell. Chilwell isn't that good at defend, or well, he's not good at defending at all. But do you think that this is enough to take Chelsea to the next level?
Um, I personally think that Benjo and Marcos Alonso are kind of the same player, but Marcos Alonso is a better attacking defender than he is. Obviously, yes, he is a good signing, but I'm not really sure he will take them to the next level. I think the signing that might take them to the next level is Kai Havertz. I think with his intelligence on the ball, I think he will definitely help Chelsea get to that step of when Man City.
He comments again, what do you think of the Manchester United midfield? How will it set up? I think that's a stupid question, really, because you can't have Manchester United going to do a diamond with Matic, Pogba, Bruno, and Van der Beek. What happens? Exactly what you said. Squad depth. Manchester United needs squad depth for when Bruno or Pogba gets injured. Then we can bring on Van der Beek. When Van der Beek or Pogba gets injured, we can gets injured or tired, we can put Bruno on the pitch. This is what we need, as we saw at the end of the last season, where Manchester United were they kept going, winning so many games, but it came to that level where we saw Manchester United needed squad depth and needed players to come on and make a difference, make a change in the game. Or what do you think?
I actually think it might be good if United play a diamond formation, because if you have two attacking midfielders, it kind of puts pressure off Bruno Fernandes, because at the back end of last season, the more teams put pressure on Bruno, the more United were less creative. And obviously, Pogba was playing this sort of role where he kind of protects Bruno, but also has to step up. But he wasn't really doing it well. But if you have two people like Bruno and Donny van der Beek, that really makes teams think, okay, so who should we mark? Because if Donny van der Beek starts performing, they gotta watch him, but they're leaving Bruno. And if you're leaving Bruno, and if you don't leave Bruno or Donny, that means you're leaving Pogba. So I just think maybe it might be good if they play a diamond formation to get the defenders, the other team thinking, and kind of just win the game mentally.
Interesting. Obviously, it's fun opinion, but diamond. What do you need a diamond for when you have Jadon Sancho on the bench or on the pitch?
That depends Jadon Sancho's actually gonna
I
come.
think he's actually coming because if you think of it, I like to think of it as a homework that your teacher has given you. You have a due date of October the 5th, and so you start. The teacher tells you every week you need to get this done for your grade to be an A or an A plus or an A star or whatever you want to get. And you Manchester United showed interest in doing the work. They My connection's stable. The hell.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
They got to the point of they're interested in doing the work. They keep telling the teacher, oh, we'll do it
Yeah,
by end. I don't have time. And so they
yeah.
decide in the end they won't do the work. I don't think that's good enough from Manchester United. It will put them in trouble, like the teacher will get mad, something like that. What do you
What do
think?
you think about Manchester City's chances this season? Obviously, my team rooting for them, but what do you think about it?
Manchester City is a title contender this season. I think they'll surpass Liverpool this time. I think Pep will want his team to be the best in the league. He will want them to make sure they're consistent and don't lose games like Norwich or Wolves. I think he wants to take them to that next step where they can win the league. But obviously, Chelsea going to be trying to win the league themselves with Liverpool.
Do you think the signing of Nathan Ake has helped might help City actually be better defensively, or do you think they still need Koulibaly?
Nathan Ake is that player that almost every team needs. That left-footed centre back who can play on the left. You've seen modern teams these days like Real Madrid, Manchester United, always like split their defenders. And when you do that, you need to have a left-footed centre back on the left and a right-footed centre back on the right. And this is what most teams struggle to do. Like I've seen Manchester City play Emerick Laporte is I think he's right-footed, isn't he? They play him
Yeah, yeah.
left center back, and which causes him problems because it's harder for him to defend, it's harder for him to split. Yeah, and I think Nathan Ake can now push Laporte to a position where he can focus on and be the best version of himself.
Okay, okay.
So I think Nathan, and I've been watching Nathan Ake play uh, Nations League. He's been brilliant. He's looked he's looked like very dominant, and everything that comes his way he gets rid.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's been great, and I think he might help City a lot. The fact that he can play more than one position really helps.
We have Tenga in the chat talking about Hassem Awol fourth bid. How do you spell that, by the way? Husem, I don't know how to spell it. How do you spell it?
I just think it's Amor. I don't really have to. I don't know how you say it, but I just think it's Amor. Amor. I don't know how.
But they're talking of a fourth bid, uh, Arsenal about to place. But if you think of it, Arsenal's bids, three bids have been rejected plus Guendouzi. Interesting, as you can see, they're trying to get rid of him, as we talked about, and now they can't get rid of him. He's
Yeah.
become a problem for the Arsenal team.
I don't really think Amor will go to Arsenal because he's obviously having doubts, seeing how his brother, who came from the French league, Nicolas Pepe, failed to
Deliver,
develop,
yeah.
and maybe he'll want to just stay after Lyon's historic run to the semi-finals, obviously getting hampered by Bayern.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he'll obviously want to stay at the club because he knows he'll get Champions League football. But I don't think they qualified this season, did they? Because
No, they did not.
yeah, because the season was like cut into, like they didn't finish the season at all. So yeah, Uh, get your thoughts in the comments down below. Today we'll have a longer show. If you guys comment, of course. Yeah, and
What do you think about Everton's midfield glow up? Decore, Alan, and obviously James Rodriguez.
I've heard people say that they're gonna do really well in the league. Obviously, that midfield is really good. It reminds you of a midfield like Leicester's midfield, where they have Tillemans, Madison, and Didi, who are obviously above, because you cannot compare Didi to uh, Tillemans, not Tillemans, to Dakore. Didi is way better. Who else? They have Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who has had a better career. He's played more football than
Yeah.
Madison. You have to say he's better. And they also have what's his name, Alan. I've not watched Alan before, but I'm waiting. I'm excited to see what type of player he is and
I've
what he
actually
brings.
watched Alan, and I can tell you, my friend, that guy is a very good player. He's a better version of Shoshi.
Okay, interesting.
He's what Jorginho was supposed to be.
Okay, so okay, interesting. But let's see. Wolves obviously also making their own moves, buying. What are their names actually? Do you know most of the players they sign are obviously from Portugal? Let me search.
Yeah, 11. About 11, as much as 11 players at Wolves are from Portugal.
Let me search this quickly. 20. Wait, no, this is. They've got Fabio Silva. I've seen. He's a brilliant player. I've seen him. He's actually really good. Watched like 3 matches of him playing. He's brilliant. He's smart in front of goal. He's calm and composed, and we're going to see him take them to the next level. They've obviously sold what's his name? Matt Doherty, who's now gone to Tottenham. Brilliant player for him. And I also can't wait for Doherty to kick off next season. Who else did they sign? No, what the hell? It's an yeah. He's young. He's a really good signing for 35 million. So yeah, and what do you think of Tottenham? I think oh, the goals ended. How embarrassing is that? Oh, just lost you for a second right there.
Yeah, short second.
Yeah, very short actually. So
Yeah.
Tottenham, you said that they will make the top four. What do you think? What type of season will they have? Will it be good enough for top four? We obviously know Mourinho's second season in every club is always top four guaranteed. What do you think?
I think yes. So they will be possibly guaranteed the top four if Harry Kane, Jurgen Song, and Lucas Moura start diving in the goals, and if Genson Fernandez, I think that's his name, and Eric Dyer get back to their best. And I think the most important player is like Dali Ali. He has to come back. He has to be the Dali Ali that won the Young PFA Player of the Year 2 years in a row. That was the Dali Ali that helped Spurs actually become a Champions League team. I think if he's not informed, then yeah, maybe just Tottenham will be a Europa League outfit instead of a Champions League outfit. I just think
yeah.
unless Kane and Ali get fully back in form, because Heung-min Son is always gonna be there, Moore is always gonna be there, but Kane and Ali have to come back to their best for Spurs to challenge that top four.
Obviously, I don't know what I was going to say. Obviously, you haven't talked about Lo Celso, who was really important in so many of their games, making that killer ball, making them look very dangerous, and also Steven Bergwijn, very pacey, who really embarrassed Harry Maguire, which was really embarrassing to all the United fans. But we had to take it. We had to take it. So let's see. We'll see what they have. So you predicted City to win the league. Who comes second?
Second to me is Liverpool.
Interesting. Who comes third?
To me, unless Kante really protects that Chelsea and they get chemistry, they'll be third. But in my thoughts, United will keep that third spot.
Okay, and what about fourth?
Fourth will go to Chelsea in that sense.
Okay, I think that it's going to be Chelsea or City. It's really interesting. City, Chelsea, Liverpool, then maybe a United, and then just to add the sauce on top, we're going to have Arsenal at fifth.
At the sorts of top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Arsenal here. They play very defensively against big teams, but at some point, like if you saw the Liverpool game, Liverpool, even without the creative midfielders, they were finding pockets in that Arsenal defense, and eventually that goal came. I think if they had Thiago Silva in that game, Liverpool would have been gone. They'd have been 3-1 or something because with the problem with Arsenal's defensive tactic is that if the other team has someone who can operate with that kind of system, being between those lines, they're gonna get poked.
Interesting, because now United have Bruno who can do those tricks and skills in those pockets of space. Also, Donny van der Beek, and so we shall see. I've had so many Arsenal fans come to me saying, "We will finish ahead of you. We will beat you. We will embarrass you." But I don't think that will happen. And so, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to tune in to Christian's show tomorrow. How City can win the league. Maybe yeah. You should do the show.
Yes, sir.
And
We'll
maybe
talk about how Manchester City can win the league and if maybe Koulibaly might come in and guys. Also, please tune into our fantasy league. We're giving you reports on players that may be good for signings and everything like that on our Instagram.
okay.
Yeah. Please like and
Yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll try do a show. I'll try do a show and bollocks. I'll try do a show on Friday. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something creative, and we'll come obviously with our predictions once the league starts. Make sure to join the Fantasy Premier League. I'll put it in the afterlife comments, and I'll see you next time. Wait, I won't see you next time. Christian will. Bye.